Coming to you live from New York City, it's Jim Caruso's Pajama Cast Party. And now, here's your host, Jim Caruso.
Hi. How are you? It's me, Jim Caruso, your host. Thank you, Billy Stritch. He's not here, but maybe he's watching. How are you? What are you doing? How's your day? How's your Monday? I spent all day screaming at my television. That was fun. Are you doing this more and more? It might be some kind of mental disorder that I'm developing. I don't feel good about it, but I am so happy that it's now because it's now Pajama Cast Party. Now, I feel like I should tell you a little bit about Cast Party in general. We started doing Cast Party 17 years ago, every single Monday at Birdland here in New York City. And when everything went to hell and all the clubs closed and all the theaters closed and everything just shut down, my friend Ruby Lochner, our producer, suggested we take it to YouTube. So that's what we did. So this is our 26th week, and I could not be happier. We've had the greatest time, had the greatest guests. Last week we had Chita Rivera, among other fantastic people, but I have to say that was one of our greatest shows. Tons of people watched. I think it's 27! Thanks for moving. 20. It's our number 27 show. Cheetah last week was amazing. We had about 14 or 15,000 people watching. It's been so much fun. Oh, Billy might be watching if he's not too busy. Anyway, so that's the history of all of this. And we just took the fun that we have at Birdland on Mondays and we're doing it from the corner of my bedroom, which is slightly creepy now that you know that, but not really. We have such a good show. I mean, really a great show. We have all the way from Paris, France. Well, not really Paris, but France, a beautiful singer named Marie Oppert. We have from the cast of Hadestown, Kimberly Marable. You're going to love her. A wonderful R&B Latin singer that we know from Birdland Cast Party named Nestor Martinez. We have a gorgeous theater singer named Jenna Pastuszek. She's also a teacher. We're going to hear about that. And we have the songwriting duo Nell Benjamin and Larry O'Keefe, who you will love if you don't already know them. So now there's something huge in my eye, so that's nice. It's a good time for that. We love the swag. If you go to pajamacastparty.com and visit our ye old gift shoppy, you can see all of the fabulous crap we are selling. And I love it when people buy the crap and then take pictures of themselves wearing the crap and using the crap and the crap. Here's our friend Susie Mosier, one of the funniest women in the world, wearing the beautiful tote bag. So chic. She actually makes it look very chic. Thank you, Susie, my friend. What else do we have to talk about? Oh, you guys. Fabulous crap. Julie Halston knows it's fabulous crap. Hello, darling. How are you? That's the mug right there. It's enormous. It's as big as my apartment. But there's a little bit of... I didn't get a full cup of coffee because I was a little late and I almost didn't make it to you. So I have half a cup of coffee. That was a nice pause. So I think at this point in time, when little things happen, you should celebrate them because everything else is so weird. So a fun little thing happened. We did this record this last Christmas. It's called Christmas at Birdland. Look at that thing. Me, the aforementioned Billy Stritch, and Clea Blackhurst. That's what we look like when we're all together wearing sweaters and scarves. We did a beautiful CD last year for Club 44 Records. And we had the greatest time. The music is great. We have guest stars like Dave Koz on sax and Donny Osmond singing his heart out with us. Great musicians. Beautiful. It's a beautiful CD. Well, we just found out that the CD is on the list to get on the Grammy list. Now, that sounds fancy, but it's probably not. But it's fancy enough to celebrate. So if you are a Grammy voter, if you are one of those people, check it out, look at it, because how fun would that be to be nominated for a Grammy? Probably the one year there will be no Grammys, but it's okay. I'll wear a tux and have a party on my own. I don't even care. Next Monday, a great cast, including the only Mark Shaman, Grammy, Tony, Emmy-winning Mark Shaman, who wrote Hairspray with his partner, Scott Whitman, season 1 and 2 of Smash, and he's been Bette Midler's go-to musical genius for decades. So it's going to be a great show. We'll talk about the whole cast later, but Mark's going to be especially fun to talk with. Ruby. Ruby.
Oh, Jim. Jim.
How are you?
Oh, Jim, I'm good. How are you? We have matching glasses this week, Jim.
Oh, yeah, I got new glasses so that I can see the screen.
I mean,
better.
We're practically twins. Talk about dressing up as each other for Halloween. I think we already got it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's scary.
That would be so creepy if we dressed as each other.
We actually had like a ton of comments last week of people saying like, please, dear God, dress up as one another. So
that is a very disturbing thought.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm in. What's the closest Monday to Halloween? Did we figure that out?
Yeah, we did. And we both got incredibly sad because it is the day before the election.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we'll just post something on Instagram to bring a little laughter and light to everybody.
I think that night we will be taking off because I think everybody's stomach will be in knots. I don't think show tunes will be happening that night. Certainly not in my apartment. Anyway, why are we doing this? The people are asking, Ruby, why the heck are we doing this? Here's why I'm doing it, because I love it. I love entertaining the people. I love working with you, Ruby. This is a dark time, filled with anxiety and upset and things, and it's just what we do. This is what we know how to do. We know how to hopefully bring cheer and joy and stuff, and so we're putting on a damn show.
Yes, we are.
Just for you. And, since you don't have to pay the cover, you don't have to, there's no cover charge, no nothing. Throw us a donation. Throw us a tip, however you want to think of it. $5, $5 billion. That would be good. That would be memorable. I don't need a Grammy nomination if somebody gives us $5 billion. I'll buy the Grammys. Just buy them. I'll give you Grammys. But here's what I will say. The first person to chip in $1,000 gets a cast party shower curtain. Let's see it. Is the shower working? Look, the shower actually works on that. So no kidding. I'll pay the postage. I know, we're givers, but really. Truly, if you donate $50, I'll throw in my CD. This is actually the new CD, the brand new 2011 CD, and I'll throw in a cast party mask.
Mask up, people.
Mask up. You're welcome. Ruby, what do you need to say? What do you need to say?
I need to say thank you in advance for everybody who sent us a tip. As the amazing Julie Halston says, no donation is too small and no donation is too large. We really do appreciate it. And obviously, I think that this goes without saying, but, spread the donations around. Send, your favorite live stream for a tip right now. This is the new medium. This is how people are, making a living right now. And so we really do appreciate it. But also, go support the other shows that you love. If you watch Virtual Halston every Friday, send Julie a tip. If you watch my show with Karen Mason every Thursday, Mason's Making Music, send us a tip. If you watch anybody's show, send them a tip. If you watch Billy's show, which we post here on the Cast Party Network, thank you very much, send Billy a tip. Who else? Early set, Gabrielle Stravelli and Julie Garnier every single Wednesday. Send them a tip. Send everybody a tip.
You just send money to everybody.
Yeah, just send money.
I mean, because I know all of you have nothing but money to throw around. It's just such a liquid time for everyone.
So why don't you buy that shower curtain?
For God's sake, would it kill you to buy a shower curtain? Okay, that's the end of that. Aren't you glad? We'll bring it up again. Don't worry. Okay, Ruby, my first guest is one of my all-time favorite Cast Party guests. She joined us, I think the first time was about 5 years ago, after she left her hometown, Paris, where she was the youngest recipient of a Fulbright grant to study musical theater at Marymount College right here in New York City. She's back in France now, where it's 2 a.m. So please clap very quietly. We don't want to wake up the neighbors for Marie Oppert.
Hello.
How are you, my friend?
Good, thank you. How are you?
You're so magical, and you're very calming to me.
Oh, wow.
Your voice is so lovely and so lilting. And so I know you're not in Paris right now. Where are you?
Yes, so I'm currently in the south of France because I'm very lucky to start rehearsing again for a show. We're doing a new creation of The Tempest by Shakespeare in French, a new translation. And theaters are reopening slowly again in France, but obviously a lot of it is still cancelled. And we have obviously a lot of restrictions, only half audiences, and wearing masks, of course, but not on stage, hopefully.
Right. It's kind of hard to do Shakespeare all masked up, I guess.
Some stage directors have tried to do new stagings with the masks, but I don't know.
People are getting very creative, I will say that. It's
ideas.
kind of great. Well, thank you for staying up. I know it's very late there. Are you normally a late night person?
No, not much during the rehearsals, but it's a pleasure. It's so fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, how has your life been since this crazy quarantine?
Yes, and I remember I was there for the last cast party at Birdland, actually.
That's
and after that, of course, I had to go back to France for the quarantine. It was a really special time, of course, for everyone. And now I have to admit, I'm so glad that my album could come finally out this month. Oh, last month in beginning of September.
It's so beautiful. There it is. It's called Enchanté. It is so gorgeous. I listened to it last night, and the material is so gorgeous and so perfect for you. It's songs from Anastasia and My Fair Lady and Umbrellas of Cherbourg, which you did with the master Michel Legrand. And it's just a beautiful record. The orchestrations are spectacular.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, it was really the idea of combining the two cultures of American and French in one enchanted world, and really to pursue this cultural exchange with musical theater songs, of course, and French chansons as well. And I was so lucky to have a lot of the program reorchestrated by Tom Kelly. and he helped a lot in the core of this album, in creating this French and American sound.
Well, it's gorgeous. And you sing with a friend of ours, Melissa Errico.
Yes, she's the fairy godmother, the guest. And
She's a wonderful guest.
Oh, yes. I was
How
so
great.
honored that she was on the album with me, and she's such an inspiration because, of course, she worked a lot with Michel Legrand as well. And it was such an honor to meet her and to have her on the album.
Beautiful. Well, you were to do a concert at Birdland coming up, and then of course everything shut down. But we're going to do it again. Don't think you're off the hook. You're not off the hook.
It would be such a pleasure, a huge dream for me to come back to New York when we're able to. Soon, I hope.
We'll do it. I promise you we'll do it. Tell me about your time at Marymount studying musical theater.
Oh, yes, that was for me an extraordinary experience and such a special year. I went there right after high school with the Fulbright grant, as you said. And to me, just living in New York and studying in the American university, and I learned so much. It was just the perfect environment to learn musical theater in the city of birth of musicals.
Yes. They must have loved you. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's time. What are you going to sing for us?
Yeah, so I wanted to share with you a bilingual version of Children Will Listen that I recorded in my album. And we translated the song in French, which was approved by Stephen Sondheim himself. Was a great honor. And to me, it was a way of sharing these important lyrics in my native tongue and to share it in Europe as well. So, yes, in French, it's called Les Enfants Écoutent.
That makes sense. We can't wait. Sing it for us.
Thank you.
Comment fait-on pour dire à un enfant rien n'est tout noir, oui, mais rien n'est tout blanc. Comment lui dire tout va bien se passer quand on sait que ce n'est peut-être pas vrai? Comment l'aider? Careful the things you say, children will listen. Careful the things you do, children will see and learn. Children may not obey, but children will listen. Children will look to you for which way to turn to learn what to be. Before you say, listen to me. Children will listen. Careful the wish you make. Wishes are children. Careful the path they take. Wishes come true, not free. Careful the spell you cast, not just on children. Sometimes the spell may last past what you can see and turn against you. Careful the tale you tell, that is the spell. Children will listen. Comment dit-on à un enfant qui court? Fais attention, ne tombe pas mon amour. Comment peut-on le laisser avancer dans ce monde effrayant. Que leur laisse-t-on quand on n'est plus en vie? Si ce n'est ce qu'on leur avait appris, ce que nos pères et nos mères avaient dit et leurs parents avant. Soignez bien children will listen. Careful you do it too. Children will sing. Children will glisten, temper with what is true, and children will turn if just to be free. Careful before you say, listen to me. Children will listen. Les enfants écoutent. Children will listen.
Oh my gosh. So,
The whole house is clapping.
yay! Who's that?
Look up, everyone.
Bring them all out. Oh my gosh, that was so gorgeous. Where are you going?
I had an audience.
I love that. They're like, what is she doing at 2 a.m? Make her shut up. Well, thank you. Thank them. But oh my gosh, what a beautiful performance. And you're so special. I'm so thrilled that you could do this. Thank you for taking time.
It's such a pleasure, and hope to be back to New York very soon.
Yes, I hope so too. And I hope to be in the south of France again very soon.
Oh yes, you should come.
Don't they need an open mic night there somehow?
I'm sure they do.
They just don't know it yet.
And
Thank you, Marie.
for everything
Thank
that you're doing during this time. It's so precious.
Thank you, my friend. And congratulations on the new show. I can't wait to read all about it.
Thank you so much.
Keep us informed.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, French people clapping. She is our new Audrey Hepburn, Kevin. I couldn't agree more. She just is, some people are lit from within, we kind of say. And she's one of those people. She walks into Birdland and it's just like something good has happened. She's just delightful. I'm so glad you enjoyed that. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, there's more. Oh my gosh. Kimberly Marable was a standout in the Broadway musical, the Tony and Grammy Award-winning musical, Hadestown. Would you cheer like heck for her? Kimberly!
Oh, yay, thank you.
Where's your audience of French people? I don't hear them.
They are in France. That's where they are.
How dare they?
Right. They wanted to
How
sleep.
are you? I know, they wanted to sleep. Can you imagine? 2 a.m, they're like, what is happening in the other room?
Right.
Except it's that magical voice. So, it could be worse.
It could be worse.
Kimberly, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm really, really glad to be here and just sharing time with people, and yeah, sharing art, and yeah, it's good to be here.
How have you been doing during this crazy time?
It's been a mixture of things. Like most people, like you were talking about earlier, I've had to pivot into different directions just to kind of else. And it's been really interesting to sort of explore new avenues. I've been teaching some. I've been doing more voiceovers and things, and also trying to just be still, because I know that when things do come back, I'll be running all over the place. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm spending time with family, and just making sure that I'm breathing and being a full human being in the middle of a pandemic.
I know breathing it sounds stupid, but breathing is important.
It really is.
Really is.
Really is.
Calm breath. I loved Hadestown so much. I can't tell you. I saw it twice. We have this fabulous picture of you. What?
My bicep.
I was just going to say, hello, bicep.
Yes.
What a show. What a cast. I was just with Reeve and Ava last week. They're both doing shows at Birdland that we filmed. And they are so fabulous and so unique and so terrific. What was that last week like? Did you have any inkling what was happening that last week that you were all on stage together?
So it's interesting. We were in the midst of a lot of change and put-ins and such. So Reeve and Eva were actually supposed to go on vacation that following week, actually the following day. And we were doing the put-in for Reeve's understudy, who has never gone on, and it was supposed to be his debut that night. And Broadway was canceled. But we had sort of been talking about it and definitely noticed like there were fewer people at the stage door. We definitely had a lot of people in the audience, but there were like more empty seats, and just the news, just listening to the news and trying to figure it out. I thought we had
people getting scared.
People were getting scared, and we definitely had, company meetings with the whole building just to sort of assess what we wanted to do to stay safe as a building. Not signing autographs anymore and things like that. But we didn't. When it happened, we were not prepared. We didn't know it was happening that day.
Did you have time to get stuff out of your dressing room, or is it still sitting there just like it was?
Well, we've been able to go back since, which is good. But when we first got the news, we thought it was just going to be a month. So we things and went on our merry way, and then a month came and went. And so we were able to go back. I actually rescued and adopted one of our dressing room plants, and have my own greenhouse. But
that last year, you guys had the biggest year ever. The show won the Tony and the Grammy. To go from that kind of high to just have that door slammed shut must be such a weird. It must do such a weird thing to your head after the biggest year you've probably ever had. Ever.
It has been unnerving for sure. But what I'm most thankful for is that we have a company of people, both on stage and off, that are we just take care of each other, and we check in, not too much,
great.
But we do check in just to make sure that we're doing okay, and are able to support each other. And I think that if we didn't have this collection of humans, we'd be in a lot worse shape.
Yeah. Well, you're known to do things like this with your company that you've co-founded, I believe, called Broadway Serves.
Yes. So Broadway Serves is an organization that I co-founded with Dion Figgins and Dana Marie Ingram, also lovely Broadway actresses. We started in 2012, and essentially we create community service opportunities for theater folk to participate in. It's been a little tricky during quarantine because we can't really guarantee everyone's safety, but we have been, referring people to volunteer on their own, and yeah, once things are just a little bit safer, we'll definitely be back in like full swing of things. But
well,
yeah,
keep us surprised of that. Let us know, because I would love to do whatever we can do to help Broadway Serves.
Yeah.
What a great name. What a great name. Okay.
Yes.
Is it time? I want to hear you.
Okay. I'd love to sing.
Sing for us.
I will.
Kimberly Marable.
All right, let's put on the music. It begins to tell round midnight. I do pretty well till after sundown. Supper time, I'm feeling sad, but it really gets bad around midnight. Memories always start around midnight, Haven't got the heart to stand those memories. When my heart is still with you, and oh, midnight knows it too. When some quarrel we had needs mending, does it mean that our love is ending? Darling, I need you. Lately I find you're out of my arms, and I'm out of my mind. Let love take wing round midnight. Let the angels sing for your returning. Let our love be safe and sound when old midnight comes around. Feeling sad really gets bad round midnight.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Well, hello. That was, oh, look, Audra says, oh my God, that voice. And Audra's a fabulous singer too. My gosh, you sound beautiful.
Have you
done the club scene?
Not a whole lot. I would love to. I would love to sing in Birdland.
Oh, I know people. I don't know if you want to sing there right now. It's a little quiet there right now.
It is a
but
little
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to open. We can open as a restaurant now, but
Really?
nobody wants to do that because it's a jazz club, and it's like, that seems weird.
Yeah.
But we're getting closer. We're getting closer.
That's good.
So I'll let you know. God would love to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to. This Round Night is like one of my favorite songs. So thank you for giving me a chance to sing it.
It's gorgeous, and it's great for you.
Thank you.
Kimberly, thank you so much. It's so lovely to have you here, and we look forward to live and in person very soon.
Yes, thank you. I look forward to it too.
Me too. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks. Have a lovely evening. Bye.
Bye. I'm trying to make up for the lack of applause. That sounds so sad. I love her. She's great. I do have some people to thank that are already. Okay. My friend Jane, always making me laugh. Do you know Jane Monheit? She's one of the greatest jazz singers on the planet. She texts me very funny things, and go buy her records, by the way. She's doing an online concert coming up. Is it Friday, Jane? You'll text me. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Audra. Thank you, David, Maureen, Sue Hannah, Bobby Horowitz, Rick Hinkson, Jeffrey Wolper, Sean Gale. For God's sake, you guys, you're so generous. Thank you, thank you. Again, if you're watching at home with just an abundance of cash, just send some our way. We would be so honored and so delighted. Oh, look, Ruby threw up the. Ruby threw up. That's what she did. She threw up our Venmo and PayPal. You know what I'm saying. No, people. Okay. Oh, Jane's concert is Saturday. Here's what to do. I can't deal with the details here. Follow Jane Monheit on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of the above. You need to follow her just in general because nobody sings better, nobody's funnier, nobody has better stories than Jane Monheit. And she's doing a concert on Saturday. You must catch it, an online concert. So do that, won't you? Okay. Here's a Latin R&B pop singer I met at Cast Party. He's fantastic. Won't you please welcome to your computer screen, Nestor Martinez.
Hi. Hey, Jim. How are you?
How are you?
I'm great.
Wait, awesome. You got groovy lighting and all kinds of things going on.
Yeah, this is my room. I'm a big kid. I have a lot of X-Men stuff here, so.
Oh, it's all X-Men stuff? Wait, I should put my glasses on.
It is. It's all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How old of a person are you, Nestor?
I'm 36, so. I grew up.
First of all, you look really young.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
But still, Nestor, really, with the X-Men on the wall? I don't know. But I like the light. I like the cool light. Very nice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I gotta keep my I gotta keep that inner child, my dinosaur. I can't lose my dinosaur.
I understand. I don't want to talk about my dinosaur. But it involves share posters. Where am I finding you, Nestor? Where are you?
You could find me on Nestor Martinez Official on Instagram.
No, but I mean right now. Where are you?
Oh, sorry, right there. This is my room.
I know, but where's your room?
Oh, Garfield, New Jersey.
What part of? Oh, in New Jersey. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Nestor thought I was going to come by. I think it'd be like, Nestor, it's me, Jim.
Took me a while to catch on.
No, it's okay. You're such a good singer, and I keep seeing you doing wonderful things online with great guitar players, all kinds of great musicians. But you're also starting to do some print work and stuff, right?
Yes. Well, I've been doing print work for a while, to be honest. It's kind of like what I do. It helps fund, I guess, my artistic career because what I really love doing is singing, songwriting, So that's really what I've been doing this past month, that's like my number one passion. But yeah, I've been pretty blessed. I've done some pretty cool print work.
Yeah, I think we have something. Ruby, pull it up. Yeah.
That's funny.
Nestor, what do you have to say about that? What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't know what to say.
You're very damn.
That was hilarious. I'm glad that you only showed that one because I have worse pictures. I'm like, oh man, that's funny.
I have no doubt. No, you look fantastic. Shut up. Okay, so you do such a great combination of lots of different kinds of music, Latin music, R&B. Who's been influential to you, to your musical career?
Definitely, I when it comes to Latin music, Mark Anthony was definitely one of my biggest influences. But I think 90s R&B, like Boyz II Men, a lot of those boy groups, Drew Hill, As Yet, like they were huge influences on me. I love them, honestly. And I just like romantic music. Alejandro Fernandez, there's so much artists that, I feel like the 90s had such great music. And maybe I'm just saying that because that's where I grew up in, but they had such romantic music. And I love stuff like that. So, yeah.
Well, sing for us. What are you going to do?
I'm doing George Michael. Careless.
Oh, perfect. Sing it for us. It's
right,
Nestor Martinez.
So unsure as I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor. As the music dies, something in your eyes calls to mind the silver screen, all its sad goodbyes. I'm never gonna dance again, guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend, I know you're not a fool. Should've known better than a cheated friend, waste a chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. Time can never mend the careless whispers of a good friend. To the heart and mind, ignorance is kind. There's no comfort in the truth. Pain is all you'll find. No, I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend, I know you're not a fool. Should've known better than a cheated friend, waste the chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again where I dance with you. No, never without you. Tonight the music seems so loud. Wish that we could lose this crowd. Maybe it's better this way. We hurt each other with the things we wanna say. Could have been so good together. Could have danced and danced forever. But now who's gonna dance with me? Please stay. No, I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend, I know you're not.
so I'm never gonna dance again. Well, I'll dance with you, yeah. No, never without you. Now that you're gone, now that you're gone. Now that you're gone, what I did so wrong, that you had to leave me alone. That's it. Let me turn it off. There you go.
Nestor, that was great.
Oh,
You sound so good.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Man. So what's the future? What are you going to do? What's happening?
So right now, I'm actually pretty excited. I mean, things obviously have changed so much with COVID and stuff, but right now, I'm part of an independent record label that's building itself up, and it's we have a really great team with us. They're called CMG, and the guy that you saw playing the guitar, he's actually my producer. So we're working on music, and actually this month I'm setting everything up to shoot a music video. It's gonna be for my new single, and I'm just excited. I'm working on this new project, and I feel like I'm finally getting to do the music that I really love and what moves my spirit. And at the same time, like this new era of Latin music, like this new genre of music, I feel like I'm taking the things that I grew up listening to and kind of mixing it in with what's going on today. And it's like creating a new sound, which is kind of cool. So I'm very excited and looking forward to it. Yeah.
Well, we can't wait to hear more. Now, and where do we find you, New Jersey, but where do we find you online?
So you can find me on Instagram, Nestor Martinez Official, also on YouTube. A lot of the stuff I'm going to be posting that's where you can find me. Also, the label that I'm part of is CMG, so you could see a lot of stuff there that they're going to be posting. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah.
Thank you for coming to sing for us.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, thank you so much. I remember first time I sang for you was actually on my birthday, and I did Besame Mucho. So it was such an amazing experience with my girlfriend. We're both there, and so I really appreciate you having me here. It's awesome. I really do.
Well, anytime. We'll see you soon live, hopefully.
Yes.
Thanks, Thanks, Nestor. So good. We have some celebs in the audience. This is so exciting. I'm getting comments and things. Oh, Lisa Goodman. Oh, Lisa gets a CD. If Lisa wants one. Oh, Joan. Okay, we're going to talk about you in just a minute. Okay. Jenna Pastuszek is an actor, singer, and a voice teacher at her very own innovative voice studio. And we have one very important thing in common. We have the same voice teacher. Welcome, Jenna.
Speaking of merch, cheers.
We're whores, basically. We're whores.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I have
Jim, I
tote
need a
bags.
mask.
We have shower curtains. I'll hook you up with How are you, Jenna?
I'm so great. I'm calling you from sunny California.
I did not know that. Where are you in California?
Land of earthquakes and fires.
I know. Are you in LA?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm in a part of LA called Glendale, which apparently is very hip.
I know Glendale.
Yeah, it's great.
My friend Lawrence Zarian's father was the mayor of Glendale.
Oh, well, I should call him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. He would love that. Oh, look, Tim Russell's sending love to you.
That's my business partner. Yeah.
Oh, see?
And you know whose voice teacher he is Ruby's.
That's right. That's right. Oh my gosh, this is too small a world. Okay, so we met. I was waiting for you to finish your voice lesson. You sounded so gorgeous. And then there was me. We study with Joan Lader.
Yes.
Why?
My favorite person in New York City is Joan Lader.
Why is she so good?
Because she's just like the mom that you never had. I mean, my mom is great, but Joan is like, you know, she's all the facets of your mom. Like, she yells at you when you need to be yelled at. She cries when you sing, when you need someone to cry when you sing, you know. She laughs at your bad jokes.
She cried when I sang, but I think it was a different thing. She's great. I mean, Joan Lader has worked with everybody. She's worked with, these are just the ones I know of. Because I've been there when she's had Betty Buckley on the screen when Betty was doing Dolly, Madonna, Patti LuPone, Liza,
Tommy Tune. I met him one time.
Tommy Tune. The best was when I was outside the door and I heard this gorgeous male voice singing just the most lyrical, musical, beautiful voice. And I thought, who the hell is that? I walked in, Jake Gyllenhaal. I was so blown away. First of all, that his voice is so extraordinary. And that there he was like a person. Yeah, she works with some of the greatest people. And us.
And us. We snuck our way in there somehow. It's because we have merch.
I know. That's it. She knew the merch. And she's watching tonight, so that's extra nice. Hi, Joan.
Hi, Joan.
You've been doing a Judy Garland show.
Yeah, in front of real people.
Which I love. Yes, tell me everything.
So my music director, Joshua Zekaros, and I have put together this show. And long story, keeping it short, last summer I got a phone call from a theater where I had never worked. And they called me and they were like, hi, we're looking to hire someone to do a Judy Garland show for our annual gala. And we heard you're the person to do it. And I was like, I am? I mean, yes, I am.
Of course I am.
So we put together the show. And then actually, speaking of Joan's on it, she was like, when are you going to do this in New York? You have to keep going with the show. So then New York closed. And so I thought about it. And I saw Delaware Theater Company was doing a series called Front and Center. And I worked at Delaware, and that's where I met Nell Benjamin, who's your next guest. And we did, yeah. So we did Because of Winn-Dixie at Delaware Theater Company. And I reached out to them and I said, listen, I'm so inspired by the way that you're showing up for your donors and sponsors and subscribers right now. I have a Judy Garland show. If it's of use, I would love to bring it to you and do it as a fundraiser for the theater. And they were like, yeah, come on down. So they have their audience sit in socially distanced pods, bring your own lawn chair, and they sit in the parking lot.
I love this.
It was the most amazing experience. Yeah.
I love that they have pods. Well, I mean, I can't wait to hear you sing because I know you're great. You've sung at Cast Party before, but you wear many hats. Not only are you a great singer, but you're a coach and a mentor. And I just think there's nothing more important and invigorating than celebrating young and maybe not so young talent. Tell me about, how did you start teaching?
Well, I actually went to college and I got my master's in elementary education. And at 22, I had a quarter life crisis and said, I don't want to teach fourth grade. I want to be on Broadway. And so I moved to New York to go to NYU. And there they have a dual degree program where you can train as both a vocal performance major and in vocal pedagogy. And I was like, wait, I can teach people to do the thing that I love to do. And so it's been an amazing survival job to have in between my gigs. And I mean, there's the only greater feeling than when I book a job is when I get a call from one of my students and they book a job.
Good
It's
for
the best.
you.
Yeah.
What a wonderful thing that you're doing. I think it's time. I think I need to hear you sing.
It's time. Okay.
Would you do something for us?
I sure will. Did you ever wake up in the morning and grumble as you tumble out of bed? You stub your toe, ouch! You hit your elbow, oh! You bump your head, oh! You step on a tack and you let out a howl. There's soap in your eyes and you can't find the towel. You try to comb your hair and can't arrange it. Spill orange juice on your dress and have to change it. Then all day long, everything you touch goes wrong. Teacher told us when this happens never to whine or wail. The same thing happens in life, but on a very much larger scale. It never rains, but it pours. If Lady Luck should happen to desert you, a bit of rain is never gonna hurt you. So wait and the skies will be blue. It never rains, but what it pours. So what if all your trouble comes in bunches? Keep sticking to your silly little hunches, and the sun will come shining through. Bide your time and keep on humming. Don't just frown, just sit around and weep. Wait your turn, your day is coming, and you'll be there on top of the heap. It never rains, but it pours. May as well get all your worries over. From now on, you're gonna be in clover. Smile when you should cry. For every cloud, there'll be a rainbow, there'll be a sunbeam. For every raindrop, by and by.
Yay! So great. God, your
Yay!
voice is so gorgeous and healthy and fresh sounding.
Thank you, John Later. Thank you.
You really do sound wonderful. Now, I know that's a Garland song, but what is that from? Is that
It
from
is
Gum
from-
Sisters?
No, it's actually from Judy's first movie with Mickey Rooney. It's called Love Finds Andy Hardy in 1927. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I knew it was old, but I didn't know how old. What a
It's
great,
old.
great song. Old. So in your Garland show, you start young Judy, and do you go to adult Judy?
Yeah, we do everything from the early stuff to, prime MGM solo Judy to obscure stuff. Like one of my favorite things to sing that I'll come back and sing sometime. Look at me inviting myself back. But
I'm in. I'm good with it.
she sings a version of Singin' in the Rain in a 1940 movie called Little Nellie Kelly. It is so good. And then we end with stuff from Carnegie Hall, the Judy Garland show. We do it all.
I can't wait to see it, the whole thing, the whole show. But until then, thank you for coming and visiting us and showing us how to do it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Jim. I'm so grateful that you're doing this, and it's an awesome thing to hold us over until the true cast party can return.
Yes. Thank you. That's Jenna. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye, Jenna. Oh, that was terrific. What a good song. It never rains, what it pours. Ruby. Oh, Ruby.
Oh, Jim.
How are we doing?
Oh, we're all set. I just texted you.
Oh, I didn't. I'm performing. I'm not reading my texts.
I know.
Oh,
I'm
there,
so
there it is.
sorry.
Performing. Do you have anything else you need to tell us?
I don't know, I'm having a good time. No, I mean, this show has been great. First of all, Jenna was, this whole show has been amazing. Jenna was fantastic. Marie is, I truly am convinced that she is a living, breathing fairy. I emailed her afterwards and I was like, I don't know where you came from. I'm pretty sure it was in France. I'm pretty sure it's Narnia. I mean, truly one of the most magical individuals I think we've ever had on the show. It's just been so great. And the party continues, people.
And the party continues. And wait, oh, you're going to love this. You're going to love these two people. Oh my gosh. And Ruby, you don't know them either, do you? Have you met?
Well, no, not personally, but if I feel like if you're anybody who, whether you a fan of musical theater or you're in the theater world directly, I mean, you obviously know who these people are. So I'm going to go.
Oh yeah.
And enjoy
Let's do
myself.
it. Okay. Let's do it. Okay. You know, I love a showbiz couple. Sonny and Cher, Rob and Laura, Huntley and Brinkley. But our next guests have something none of those couples ever had. They have a joint Tony nomination and the love of a Broadway community for the projects. Who wrote this? They've helped create together and separately. Here they are, the Lunts of the current Broadway scene, Nell Benjamin and Larry O'Keefe.
We just unmuted.
There you go.
Oh,
we are luntish.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear us?
There you are.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
No.
We're in a very.
Wait, now I have Siri talking to me.
No, that's,
Hi, Larry.
that's me.
Hi, Nell.
We missed you so much.
I use a soothing.
We can't hear you.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Shit, really?
Sound is coming in and out.
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
I-
Now we got it.
I can talk more like Siri, if that will help.
Hi, you guys. Where are you?
I don't know.
We're in a barn.
We're in a barn.
Because
we've got the
when
barn.
you-
Let's put on a
Yeah,
show.
when you work in musical theater, you need to have access to a barn in case you need to do a show. So that's where we are.
I love this. Is your barn in New York?
It's in Long Island.
It's-
It is. It's my mom's barn.
It's Shelter Island, New York.
Yes. And
Don't come here.
Amazing.
Don't come. It's terrible. You'll hate it. Nobody come here. You'll hate it.
You're not enjoying it?
No, we just don't want you to come. We don't want anyone to come and spoil this.
I see.
No,
You want it
can
all
come.
to yourself.
Yeah, we do. It's true.
I'm going to bring the whole audience.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I love seeing you guys. It's been
I know.
so long.
No, you
We
look
missed
so
you too
wonderful. And
much.
we're so happy to be on the show, which I have been watching regularly,
Yes.
which we both have. In
Oh
fact. It's
God,
wonderful.
Nell, you're very sweet. You're very sweet.
No,
Well, the
I'm
only
very
reason I look good, I have 40. Look good. So this is a crazy time. How have you? Why is Siri talking to me? How have you been keeping busy? What are you doing? Are you writing?
We're writing, actually writing a lot. The only sort of silver lining of not actually being able to rehearse and perform shows is that you can write some. And the other kind of, it's a scary time, but it's also kind of exciting. You're thinking about, okay, if we can't do it the old way, what's the new way going to be? How are we going to make theater happen? So, because that's our big advantage in theater is that supposedly we're all creative people. So we're going to find a creative way out of this, or I hope we will.
That's right. I'm so impressed by our friends that have just learned to pivot and come up with a new plan. Everybody watch New York One. Our friend Frank DeLella has done 3 segments of what people, very successful people in the business, have done to pivot. And this recent one has our friend Robbie Fairchild, who was nominated for a Tony for playing the lead in American in Paris. Brilliant ballet dancer and a fabulous performer. All of a sudden,
so
he's
he can
a
literally
florist.
pivot. Oh my
He
God.
can pivot. He can pivot.
Literally pivot.
Literally. But he's working with flowers, and he's created this incredible new business. It's crazy, and it's a wonderful segment on New York One. So I advise everybody to go watch. But you guys met at Harvard.
Had some, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Oh, I was just saying he probably has some expertise because when they threw flowers up on the stage, he could be like, "Don't like those. Don't like. Oh, I like these." You know.
Carnations? What? Okay.
What?
But wait. Okay, so you guys met at Harvard. I like the way that sounds. I want to meet my mate at Harvard as opposed to driver's ed, you know. And you've both been wildly successful. Separately and together, which is really fun. And you've written some of the most popular fan favorite musicals.
Yeah.
I mean, these people are obsessed. People are obsessed. Let's talk about Legally Blonde.
Anytime.
Which you wrote together.
We did, yes.
Nominated for a Tony, and it won 3 Olivier Awards. And it's been on tour forever. Have you guys gone on the road to see it?
We have, and we've seen a couple of
Vienna, Austria.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Obviously, Los Angeles, UK, NYU.
And we've seen it at NYU.
Great production.
Oh, fun.
Several schools in New Jersey. We've seen it. People who are close by will occasionally write us and tell us to come and see it.
And of course, there's Legally Blonde Jr., the hour-long version performed by 12-year-olds, which may be the best and most pure version.
It has almost no score in it.
No.
Because I guess we worked a little blue for the younger
A little
set.
bit.
So.
But also, we watched the presentation to run it past us, and they had chopped it from a 2.5-hour show to like a 75-minute show, and we're like, oh, yep, that song, which we insisted was absolutely indispensable, was dispensable.
No, we were,
Didn't
when
need
we
it.
first got the script back for the kids version, we're like, you can't cut that, and you can't cut that, and that's brilliant, and why would you cut that? And then we saw the version done by like 4th graders, and a 4th grade Warner singing some of these things. We're like, oh no, that young man can't sing that. No, his parents will be very upset.
Yeah. It's hard to figure out how best to have a 12-year-old Callahan hit on a 13-year-old Nell.
It's hard.
But they found a way. I don't remember what it was, but it's elegant.
Hilarious. I love it. I want to go next time an elementary school does the show. I want to go with you.
To be fair, I've also seen Bat Boy done by 13-year-olds with no changes. My God. That was rough.
Well, now, wait, I want to get to Bat Boy.
Okay.
But first, Nell, when you worked separately, you were nominated for a Tony for your lyrics for Mean Girls with Jeff Richmond on music and Tina Fey's genius script.
Yeah.
I mean, that must have been such a blast. Was it as fun as I think it was?
It was so much fun. It was probably more fun even than you think it was. It was funner. Because just the two of them are so like they'd be in a room and they're so funny and they're so kind, and yet they're just so quick and funny. And you're watching them like a tennis match, being like, I got to get in there. I got to say something funny or I'm going to get fired. And they're going to have to hire Lin-Manuel. And so it's, but
is he still around? Is he still working?
And they're also just, that improv place that they come from is so vast and generous and awesome, and every idea is a good idea. And I just want to work like that for the rest of my life. I mean, it's easy to do it with someone you love and trust, and then to find out, other people have the same idea, that maybe we should just say yes to everything and see what happens. It's fantastic.
That.
Yeah.
Well, it must have been fun watching the lead actresses in that show become kind of cultural icons to young Broadway fans. Is that the greatest feeling in the world, knowing that you're kind of creating these beautiful careers for people?
It is a fantastic, I want to be very clear that we're not creating them. We're giving them material that they elevate without question. But you know
what I mean. I mean, you're creating art that people come in and elevate or make their own, but then they become stars, and you're part of that incredible career.
It is very, very exciting. It's probably the best part, right? To just watch somebody take something that you hear very clearly in your head and make it better. I have very visceral memories of like Taylor coming in in like, her just sort of like very low key workout wear. And she had her little giant water bottle, and she took a sip of her water bottle, and she was going to sing World Burn for the first time. And she's like, and then she just wails this noise, this incredible sound, this incredible performance. And we're like, oh yeah, we've got this song. All right, done.
Well, you've worked with a lot of geniuses, Thomas Meehan and Duncan Sheik. Now, okay, I don't want to mention names, but is it easier or harder to work with people you aren't married to?
I would say it's always a little harder in the beginning to work with people you aren't married to, because you have, you don't have the language. You don't have, like, Larry's the person I trust most in any room. So that makes
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm your designated driver.
He's my designated driver.
I'm your CPR instructor.
Always have been.
But you also add to that we kind of know each other's humor, and plus we're deeply competitive. So I don't hand him a lyric that's just like random musings I've had. I hand him the most A-game lyric I can, and then get infuriated when he makes it better. So that's like the little engine of competition that runs that. With other people, like the first time I handed a lyric to a composer and they just took it, and I was like, well, you have to fix that. You have to do something. And it's like, oh, you're not going, okay, give it back to me. And I'll do something else to it. And it's like, yeah.
Well,
so
part of this is because I started out as my own lyricist. I was like, I'm going to be Sondheim and do all my own lyrics. And then I discovered that Nell is better. No. So half of what I do for a living became moot. And so I still try to keep my hand in it, and we do share credit on everything. When we write a show together, we like to be book, music, and lyrics by everything by both of us. With that said, I will always try to defer to her on structure or dialogue or character stuff, because I know I can always duke it out with her over the lyrics.
Well, on Twitter today, Joe Iconis, a wonderful a show writer, tweeted, "Where's my motherfucking Bat Boy revival?" I'm not saying it. He said it. But I have to agree. I think, now, when was Bat Boy? When was that on?
It was 2001 was off Broadway. And
now, come on.
I know. London in 2004, but we did have a couple of really cool rewrite things in 2014. Harvard did an undergrad production, invited us, and the authors were like, well, Harvard's got money. Why don't you pay us to come out there and do work? We did, and now the show's better. And we did a workshop of it a couple years after that with Alex Timbers directing. And so I am here to say that we're going to come to Broadway with Alex Timbers hopefully directing. All it takes is one billionaire. Just billionaires, just call us.
Where is my wallet? That is fantastic. Yeah. But that's great news. I mean, that's better than I thought the answer was going to be. We're closer than I thought.
Well,
that's
absolutely
great news.
Well, thank you. But also, like, the show, it had a lot of great stuff, but it was very flawed, and it was an off-Broadway production. And it was cut short by, 9/11. And so the development process kind of got frozen in amber, and we've always knew we wanted to do more with it. And it just took, 15, 17 years to do it. Yeah. So
who's counting?
A heartbeat. We're on the job.
That's like Broadway time.
That's Broadway. That's a blink of an eye.
It's like dog years. Now, another show that you wrote that is wildly successful is Heathers. I saw a staged reading of it at Joe's Pub, but it was a huge success here, and especially in London. When your shows are such big hits in London, do you go over there and think, I could live here? I'm very appreciated here.
Oh yeah. I do love London. I've had 4 shows on the West End, and 2 of them went well. And I love British audiences, and they have a different set of habits. They have a different set of culture or protocols. I love them. It is a foreign language, but I love every minute of it, and I love working with them just as much as I love working in New York. And that was another case where we took the New York Heathers, which was an off-Broadway production and still underway, and London is where we got to come up with what we think is the perfect, perfectible or most perfectible version of it. And that's what we're hopefully going to be bringing back to Broadway with a couple new songs, some new stuff, and can't wait for that to happen when, theater happens again.
Yeah.
So maybe the same billionaire. I'm just
Maybe
saying.
the same billionaire.
Oh yeah, hey billionaires.
Pounds are equally acceptable, and euros.
Absolutely.
So
Right.
that will work too.
Yes.
London's fun,
Renminbi,
too.
good.
Sorry.
Rubles are acceptable.
Rupees.
London's rupees.
We accept rupees.
Really, or Bitcoin.
American Express.
Bitcoin.
We'll take Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But you guys have written shows where the characters are so larger than life. Legally Blonde, Heathers, Mean Girls, Bat Boy. But you give them such humanity and the reality that they need to be on stage so that they aren't just caricatures. How do you do that? You're really good at it.
Thank you.
Well, coming from you, a larger than life character full of humanity, that means an awful lot.
Exactly.
I'm not kidding. Really, in all seriousness.
We know people who aren't that far from that in every good way, right? Like,
That's true.
and that's how you feel in your head about things. I guess everything. When you work in theater, people who are good at finding and bringing the drama, and so like that's tasty.
I don't know if I'm giving away a trade secret because lots of other people have cottoned onto this, but one thing we find really works is that when we look for humor, we look for positivity, people who are trying to fix their problems. There's so many kinds of humor. There's insult humor, there's, pessimistic humor or satirical humor, but we sometimes use that, but our favorite kind of humor is always very reliable. It's a happy idiot with a great plan. Cheerful
just a happy
idiots.
Anybody with a great plan.
The Jim Caruso story.
Yes. But I mean, like a weird optimism is kind of at the center of all of our characters, our leads, certainly. Optimism when you have no right to be optimistic.
Right.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
That sings easier.
I guess you're right. That's so interesting. What's the setup when you write together? Paint me a picture.
Usually
frenzied deadline.
Yes,
3 a.m. before.
It's about to be due.
Yeah.
And
recriminations, shouting, daughter wakes up.
I know Larry plays. Nell, do you play?
I start by moving the furniture around.
That's
in
really
our
true.
apartment.
Got it.
Furniture around.
If she's not pushing furniture into new shapes, I know that the lyric won't be right.
That's great.
It's like I'm sort of making space in my apartment in my head. But then probably the first thing we do is find the place we want the song, like the dramatic moment, because we don't tend to start with just a random reflective emotional song you can put anywhere. We're like, okay, here's a decision that somebody has to make for us to get to the next scene.
Another trade secret, we like cliffhangers. I'm not good at ruminations. I'm not good at self-explorations. I'm really good at transactions or proposals or ultimatums. Those are good. But for some reason, like the feeling, that the teetering at the edge of a cliff, for me, it's easy to sing.
And so then a lyric so an idea probably comes into being, or a title or a thought, and then one of us will take a shot at a lyric and hand it to the other, who will rip it apart and then hand it back to the first person, who will then go grumble. Yeah. There's the grumbling period.
There's recriminations.
There's the recriminations. There's the slamming of the doors and saying, "I'm fine." And then after a pause for reflection, there's another lyric gets handed back, and then maybe a tune of some kind happens, and then notes are given, and then more slamming doors, and then
there is, and again, I one more trade secret, which is that there's always the moment when a lyric that I had an idea for gets completely replaced by a better lyric idea that she did. But then I get a tiny bit of revenge by chopping out syllables.
Is that your thing? Less syllables, less words, less.
Well, for some reason, the fewer syllables, if you could say the same phrase in a fewer syllables, suddenly the melody gets better. It soars more.
I couldn't agree more. To me, that's the difference in the songwriters I love to hear. You guys, the genius of Candor and Ebb, Fred Ebb wrote such clean sentences. He wrote the way we talk or the way we want to talk, as opposed to way too many words. It's so important to me, to my ear.
Yeah, but to be clear, there are other people who can do super wordy things
Of course.
beautifully. I don't think I can. And there are some certain brilliant composers who will write, 5 verses and 6 choruses with 3 different bridges, all to say a line like, "I'm not sure I'm in love with you."
Right.
I'm not sure I'm in love with you. And when we get that kind of idea, one of us will chop it down to just, "You suck."
Right.
And that sings much better.
A song that was cut from Legally Blonde.
Really?
No.
Oh, I believed it.
But it could have been. Yeah, exactly.
Would you guys do something for us?
You need money? What?
No. Are you near a? Something?
We are near something.
You mean one of these?
Oh, it just happened to be right there.
Yes, we have a piano. So if you want us to, we can do it. What we're going to do is we're going to unplug these headphones so that you can hear our fun keyboard shenanigans.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully that won't result in everything crashing and us vanishing forever. Cross your fingers.
But if we crash and vanish forever, it was a great song. It was a great song.
It's great knowing you. I love you. No, what's
So
this from?
we're going
Do
to
we
try
need
it
to know
now
anything?
and see if this works. So give us.
Okay. I'm scared.
Oh, we'll
should
tell
we
you,
talk
but give
about
us a go. 1,
Okay.
2.
Crash?
Okay.
Did that work?
No, we're off. Can you hear us? Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Are you okay?
everything.
Are you frozen?
Can you hear us?
Frozen.
He saved us.
You're either very still
sure.
or you're
Are we
frozen.
muted again? Are you there?
I can hear
Are
you.
you? How's that? Better?
Better.
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
All right.
Everything's
Is that
good.
working?
Oh my God, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, we're back in the game. All right. So would you be so kind? to
I
set us
shall
up?
do my best. Yes, we are working and have been on our sort of dream musical, not based on anything. It's a musical set in a Renaissance fair. And it's essentially about a family-run Renaissance fair that's kind of perpetually in the red and struggling. And the father is this wonderful sort of dreamer, and he has 2 daughters, one of whom is a dreamer like him, and the other who is a little more
Liz Lemon.
of a Liz Lemon sort of logical. I really would just like to not be losing money hand over fist person.
Yeah.
And among the things that happen in this insane fair are that they take a gamble and hire the biggest jouster on the circuit, a gentleman named Sir Roland Proud, who lives every single day as a knight of the Tudor court, who refuses to acknowledge he would ever have a bank account or a social security number. And he brings the fair to, he convinces everybody that it's going to be much more glorious if we just really bring it back to the past, if we really go back to the past when things were great.
We're going to make the fair great again.
Exactly. So,
So he initially is this very charismatic guy, and everybody wants to follow him. But then he becomes a horrible dictator, and he's throwing everybody's cell phones in the pond, and he destroys the porta potties, and he outlaws antibiotics at the nurses' station, and he turns a fun Renaissance fair into a Dark Ages. And so the girl who originally invited him and fell in love with him has to repudiate him and then defeat him and kick his ass.
yes. And among the things that happen are he starts selling his own brand of self-brewed ale, which is highly alcoholic. And at this moment, they're having what's called a pub sing, which if you've ever been to a Renaissance fair, these things actually happen, where everybody goes to the pub and they all do great songs from the Renaissance, and it's a little bit funny and it's a little bit competitive.
And very filthy.
Right, and then people all know the songs that they're going to do, and some are too hard, and you would never do that. And at this point, our heroine Gwen has been challenged.
We have spinning beach balls.
Okay. So Gwen has been challenged by a young man who was in love with her and still is, to sing the most terrifying love ballad of all time. It is the nuclear option of pirate love ballads. And he's like, "Do you still remember it?" And she's like, "Of course I still remember it." He's like, "Well, then sing it." So this is his challenge.
So this is a pirate ballad called The Stowaway.
Can we also point out that I don't sing? Can we say that now?
She sings beautifully.
I don't sing.
She also is going to play the
I will
Balron.
also play the Balron.
Can you hear this?
Does your
Which I
talent
also don't do.
That is so loud.
Oh, wait,
Just
this?
FYI. Yeah.
Too loud?
I feel like that's better. Yeah.
Okay. Then we got this. Is that okay?
Oh, that's good. I think that's good. Yeah.
We'll see how we do. Again, there's going to be some bad playing, singing, maybe some mistakes, maybe stopping in the middle because, it's not what we do for a damn living. But we'll.
Larry, it's Pajama Cast Party. Anything goes.
Thank you.
But everybody's so great on Pajama Cast Party.
Yes. Also, anybody listening at home, feel free to smack your chest as part of the rhythm because this is a super Celtic kind of tavern song.
Okay. If you have a bower on, you can also.
Oh, they're all doing it. I hear they're all doing it.
Yeah,
Here we go. Lord, let me be dreaming, or else I will weep. For down below decks where I lay me to sleep, behind the rum kegs where the cannonballs lay, my red-headed girl stowed away. Last night in the tavern, her kisses were fierce. We parted at dawn and I ran across the piers, set sail for Bermuda, but to my dismay, my red-headed girl stowed away. My love, oh, what have you done? The ship's full of pirates, and I too am one. My love, they'll make us both pay when they find my sweet stowaway.
My sailor, my darling, 'twas nothing to me. I'm young and I had no place better to be. Can't live without kissing you more than one day. I'd rather be your stowaway. My life in that tavern was cruel and unkind, and you were the man I was dreaming I'd find. You've given me love and salt air and sea spray. Oh, let me be your stowaway.
My love, I shudder and shake. The ship's full of pirates and soon they will wake. My love, hold hands and let's pray for the pirate and his stowaway.
Our lives are as frail as a ship on the sea. All civilization means nothing to me. 'Tis only my heart that I mean to obey. I'll not regret stowing away. My sailor, I'd never endanger our lives. I've brought with me 7 long, sharp kitchen knives. Those pirates all sleep with their throats on display, not knowing that I stowed away.
My love, oh, what will we do? Cower in darkness or butcher the crew? We're damned if we strike and doomed if we stay. The pirate and his stowaway. The stars all stare down and have nothing to say, for the pirate and his
Ah, fantastic. I was beating. That was great.
Yes.
That was great. Nell, you sound great. Well, and Larry, I've known Larry's voice forever from Birdland show and stuff. So it's so good to hear you.
Oh, that song is so funny because a friend of ours was listening to it in a rehearsal the first time, and he was like, "Wow, this is a pretty straightforward, emotional love song for Nell and Larry, and no dark turn." No, wait, there it is.
There's the turn.
There it is. There's the dark turn.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's where it is.
It's usually not a Larry song. It's not a Larry and Nell song without knives.
I love a knife. I love you guys for joining us. Thank you for coming to us from your barn.
We have the talent. Let's put on the show.
Yes.
You do. God knows you do. I would love it. We can do a show in a barn.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see you in person soon. Hope we get to play together very soon.
Fingers crossed soon. We miss
Me
you.
too.
We love you.
Me
We love
too.
Cast Party. Ruby, thank you. Can I say thank you to Ruby because we made her life hell trying to get on. We were like, we're rebooting our Wi-Fi. She's like, you've got 2 minutes.
Nothing rattles Ruby. She's really good.
It's amazing.
Thank you, my friends.
Thank you.
It's Larry and Nell. Everybody clap. Yay!
Caruso.
Wow, that was fun. I love them. Check them out. Check their shows out. There's all kinds of great stuff on YouTube of their shows. I mean, they're ridiculously successful. So much fun. They are great dinner partners. I'll tell you, we've gone to eat Brazilian food. For some reason, that's what we always decide to do. And they are funny and smart and thoughtful and delightful. I enjoy them. Listen, you guys have been so generous. I just have a couple people to thank for Venmoing. Susan, Bill Westmoreland. Hi, how are you? Joan Lader. Thank you, my friend. Lisa, another Todd. Thank you. Thank you all so much. If you PayPal'd, I can't see that until I get offline. But thank you. Thank you for being so generous. And it's the only way we can keep this going, because this platform costs money, believe it or not. This tie costs something. I don't need to tell you. The mugs. Check out the mugs, the hats, the t-shirts, the sweatshirts, the shower curtains. Let's see that shower curtain, Ruby. Pull that up again. She loves when I just throw it. Look at that. Look at the stars twirling, the water pouring. That is a good-looking shower curtain. Next week, a fabulous young theater actress and singer and a cast party regular from the time she was 4 years old, Ava Lochner. She also happens to be Ruby's sister. That's correct. She's wonderful. Wait till you hear her. Broadway star Margot Siebert, who was Adrian in Rocky, the musical. She has a new CD we're going to talk about. Pop singer-songwriter Jan Close. His songs have charted on the Billboard Top 10 many, many times. Oh, he's charming and really talented. You're going to love him. Two-time Grammy-nominated singer Karina Nouveau. And Grammy, Emmy, Tony-winning Mark Shaman, who co-wrote the score for Hairspray on Broadway, among many other things. Mark has been nominated for an Oscar 7 times. Oh, we're going to talk about that, because I bet he has some things to say about that. Thank you so much. Thank you for being generous and for helping us keep this Pajama Cast Party going. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, BroadwayWorld.com. Thank you to everybody that's watching and sharing. Share this on your Facebook page, and click. What do you have to click? Ruby, what do you click? Oh, subscribe. Subscribe.
That's the big one, Jim.
Subscribe, won't you? Ruby, let's all wave. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Pajama Cast Party. To follow us on YouTube, just hit subscribe. Click on that little bell and we'll keep you updated on future shows. You can also follow us on Instagram at Jim Caruso's Cast Party. The end.